Hey everybody, thank you for joining us for Dungeons and Dragons. This is going to be the first Dungeons and Dragons episode and campaign for that matter on this channel and on the stream. So thank you again for being here and for joining us. I do want to mention that production went a little awry right at the beginning of this campaign and this episode, so bear with us while I try to play the game and fiddle with the tech stuff. Also, wanted to mention that for me and Morbid Corpsey and Kankelsaurus, or I'm Rayathan, Morbid is Milo, and Kankles is Nock. All of our first campaigns ever. So bear with us while we try to learn the game and play, but we'll be posting all of those episodes on YouTube and live every Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Enjoy this episode and tune in next time for the following episodes as we journey on through the land of Erlon. Thanks for tuning in, guys. All right, let's get this going, shall we? I'm gonna check in with my boys, see what's happening here. I think I gotta pull up Discord. I got a lot of things set up here. Oh, wow, we even got the Kankles in the house. Yes! Yes.
Hello, my friend.
Hello, and we've got everybody here. He was perfect. He was early into Discord. I love it. We are gonna go over to the official D&D screen. So let's get that there so I can get everything set up. Bing bong.
I'm off next Thursday, so I'm not gonna stream tonight. But I was gonna stream it. I'll stream it next week.
No worries, man. Whenever you want. That's what you're trying to say.
I don't run, boys.
Characters run, I know. Don't.
My character's got 30 movement speed. That's farther than mine is.
Yep. Every once in a while, you'll hear me. I forget how to pronounce the letter R, so it becomes Ka and Yad. You know, that type of.
Get that.
All right, guys. Are we about ready to go? Are we about ready to start? Because I know Morbid's back. It doesn't look like anybody's joining me on video, but that's okay. I still love your faces.
I can do that. Like,
hang on, I will.
Ooh.
Probably next week.
I'll say, I know I need Morbid's pretty face at least. I told you guys, we're banking. That's where the money's at.
blanket, like I'm ready. I got my blanket. I got my
All right, cozy. I got my hot cocoa. I got weed. I'm ready to rock. And we got like 15 people hanging out with us right now, guys. All right. I'm gonna say, basically, I'm assuming that we just let Bob take the lead from here. So whenever you're ready, friend, I'm ready.
All right. Let's fill you in on the current circumstance.
Cool.
So, you all live on a world that, throughout the ages, Erlon has been called many different things. So, it has been called Erlon the Centered. It has been called Erlon the Bonded. Throughout the ages, scholars have tried to figure out what it is that makes Erlon so special. Erlon is what they call entangled, is what the current scholars have settled on. Erlon, throughout its many continents and throughout its many biomes, is connected to the inner and outer planes of existence.
Wow.
What that means is that Erlon is constantly in a state of flux. There are areas where the barrier between Erlon and another realm are thin, where areas of the elemental plane of fire can suddenly start sprouting in the middle of the desert or on top of a snow-capped mountain, where entire realms have been overrun by the Shadowfell, creating what you now know is called the Blighted Lands, a land that exists to serve death and undeath. It is a kingdom of negative energy where not only is death not a career-ending occurrence, but in many cases it begins your career. The dead walk freely among the Blighted Lands, and most kingdoms are at an uneasy truce or outright war with the kingdoms of the Blighted Lands, including Aendore, the kingdom you currently reside in. Many of you, those living outside of the standard constructs of kingdom, like Wraithen and Morbid, you don't particularly bend the knee to any urban king. You don't believe in it, and you certainly will not swear fealty to anybody that you don't respect might-wise. But for whatever reason, you all are on your way with great haste to the capital city of Jermal. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go around the table and everybody is going to fill us in on who you are, what your character is, and why you would be heading to the capital city with all due haste. Feel free to talk in your character voice as your character and explain it, or if you're not entirely comfortable with that, you can just give us a top level breakdown. So I believe we'll start with the only one visible on the camera.
I'm working on it.
You want
to? Yes, I would love to give you a quick rundown. Hello, everybody. My name is Wraithen. I am a Goliath Ranger. I hail from a land far, far away that none of you have probably ever heard of, a land of my type of people, other Goliaths. I was an outcast there, for I was an orphan, did not know who my family was before I stumbled upon my land, and unfortunately had to pillage and fight just to survive. I, unfortunately for me, fell in love. The lady I fell in love with was wealthy beyond all belief and just as beautiful. Of course, I got greedy and didn't realize that she was already betrothed to the leader of the land, no less. As I discovered this, I gathered as much coin as I could and hastily made way to the land I currently reside in. That's all I've got.
Fair enough. Thank you very much.
Like starting off with gold?
I do have a bit of money left over. It did take me quite some time to get here, but I do have a little bit of that money left over. Not much.
All right, Morbid, why don't you fill us in on your character?
I would love to. My name is Milo Thorngage. I'm a stout halfling barbarian, and I'm a haunted one. I'm on the run from my past life after losing my wife in a brutal attack on our village and a fire on our home. So I'm seeking refuge in this new land to make money for myself and settle down in a quiet, lonesome place.
Fucking love it, dude. I love it. I'm just so mad I didn't have you on camera for that.
All right, so let's go with Cankle.
Not for me, because I'm an idiot and this all broke down as soon as it started. That's all right.
No.
I'm still going. I'm still listening. Go ahead, Cankle.
I still gotta work on the voice for my character, so we're just gonna do it normally. But basically, my Warforged was I was part of a protection envoy headed to a gnomish city. My name is Knock, by the way.
Hi,
Unit
Knock.
437 November Oscar Kilo. And I was captured by the gnomes early on in the wars, and I didn't participate in them much, but I was made a lab assistant, and I was an experimental subject for some gnomes who were trying to figure out how to create their own Warforged to help protect their village. And during the experimentation, my typical Warforged personality of cold-blooded killer was replaced with a cheerful one, overly optimistic. I don't know very much about the Warforged or who created them, but I've always been curious about who created them. And I'm headed to Jermal because I was told that the answer to my question may be residing there.
Excellent.
That's all I know.
Fuck
Thank
yeah.
you very much,
Right,
Cankle.
beautiful.
All right. So, Soul, would you fill us in on Cutthroat Billy, please?
It's Cutthroat Billy. Simply put, me crew mutinied against me. I need a new ship to go hunt him down.
And there you go. As Hemingway would say, brevity is the soul of wit. All right. So that brings me to your particular mode of conveyance. So the thing about this land is that magic is amplified in many places. In fact, this is something Nock would be familiar with, that many cities, many areas are built on essentially ley lines. Magic is at its strongest on these points running through the world. Now, where most areas magic is an invisible energy, in Erlon it's different. Many places you can actually see the energy of magic flowing through the land like a river. And certain powerful arcane users have figured out how to use those rivers and use those veins of energy floating throughout the world to power devices to travel. There are sleds, which are essentially they are giant metal carriages that flow along these ley lines. They're given essentially a magical spell as a push. And that energy is amplified through a series of collection circles that these sleds will pass through. Essentially, it's a high fantasy maglev train. But truly, the culmination of these arcane users' magical work is airships.
So
They have actually
these leaks
figured
power
out-
the airships?
Huh?
These leaks in energy you're saying are powering the airships?
Yep, they've actually found a way to harness the energy from these ley lines and use it to create or to power airships. They
And
have
trains
an
and other things
arcane.
too. Cool.
Yep, they have essentially an arcane engine on the back that is powered usually by an elemental value.
Okay.
That elemental value will power the ship, and you all have been traveling with all due haste to the city of Jermal on an airship. Now,
So-
Corpsey,
Yes.
what would the name of that ship be?
If I had to name a ship,
You do?
You do.
it would be called- I have to think. I have to think.
That's why I wanted everybody to have their own pictures in the corners. I was going to put their character names
and
underneath.
Come up with a good
Fox,
one. This is for posterity.
Will you
From
note
this
that in the
point
mob
on,
thing?
anytime we reference this ship,
I don't know why this isn't working,
going
guys.
to
It
be
literally
by
won't
that name.
find Discord as a program at all.
Would you name my future ship something stupid?
Well, you're gonna get it. You asked Morbid Corpsey.
I'm excited. And hold on, Morbid.
Okay, guys.
Are you ready?
If we're gonna name it something. Okay, how about Beard's Toe?
Beard's Toe.
okay,
It's
I
your
just
name, I'm not
heard
gonna-
I just heard Beard's Toe.
That's
BlackBeard's Toe.
Okay, Blackbeard's Toe. All right. So,
Oh, starting out with a bang.
I am entering it in the lore for the world that this airship is now known as BlackBeard's
Toe.
Yes.
I'm
indeed.
writing it down
A
in the book.
legendary name.
Toe as in it towed Blackbeard, or toe as in it's part of Blackbeard's anatomy?
Are we gonna make this a
Like a
clever pun
It's
on
toe,
transportation?
Alright,
Oh,
fair
okay.
enough.
Specifically.
All right.
Wait, Thumb, we can't hear you. Thumb's talking.
Thumb's muted in chat. He's probably talking to his chat.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry. I was talking to you guys. I love it. Blackbeard's Toe is my favorite. I'm sorry. I'm still getting the hang of this and trying to
Yes.
figure out why the fuck it won't find your program. Literally, OBS won't find Discord to make separate cameras like it did at the beginning of all this. So
no.
it might
what
have to
the
be something
hell?
I do off stream again. But yeah, sorry. You guys are on stream still with me on your faces, so I hope that's all right. Just not as fancily as I wanted to beforehand. I'll make it work. Sorry for everybody who showed up for my fancy D&D scene. I know that's exactly what you guys all tuned in for. So, okay, I'm back, fully focused. We're sailing across the high seas. The high clouds in BlackBeard's Toe.
In BlackBeard's Toe.
So
If I get a ship, I'm renaming
It was gonna be, it was gonna be way worse. You guys don't even want to
Maru.
imagine.
This will be in the future. We'll get suggestions from the chat too, but that was specifically morbid. Gotcha.
SS Corpse Collector. What's
Yeah.
specifically morbid? Yeah, me.
Yeah. Blackbeard's
Name?
Toe. Let's go. I'm ready.
So I like to do that periodically. Like part of this whole game is to do collaborative storytelling.
love
So
it.
I like the idea of you guys having a part in naming the, or helping define elements of the city and stuff like that. So
Perfect, brother.
all right. So Blackbeard's Toe, for the better part of a week to
week?
10 days, depending on where you all got on, you've been traveling on Blackbeard's Toe. Now, the nice thing about an airship, whether or not you've ever been on one, Nock may have some experience with this. You have those of you who live outside of urban areas, probably not so much, but airships, one of the nicest things about them is that there is a constant, steady breeze. Depending on what is used to power the ship, it creates a nice bubble of warmish air, and a steady breeze blows across the bow at all times. So it is considered one of the most pleasant ways to travel. Now, you guys have
incredible.
had.
That's probably
Oh,
where
go
most
ahead,
of my
sorry,
gold
Mo.
went.
Oh, no, it sounds incredible. That's all. Please continue, my good sir.
So, in the course of your week, you have had the opportunity to meet a few different people. Now, there's from your notice, because even though this is an airship, it is actually relatively small. Blackbeard's Toe looks like this. Let me pull it up for you. Okay, if you go to roll 20, that should give you
Yes.
an idea. Okay.
We're on
So-
Blackbeard's Toe, baby.
This is Blackbeard's Toe. We're on it.
So this is essentially a caravel design, which is a smaller ship. And if it were a waterborne ship, it would be a 2-master, and it's about 3 levels deep.
Oh, wow.
In this particular case, of course, it being an airship, it's never known the touch of water, so there are no masts, and it runs through a set of rigging that creates almost like winds that will catch the generated wind to help it move as required. Now, no ship anywhere on Airland runs without armament. There are ballista available and cannons should the need arise. There are 6 cannons available and 4 or 5 ballista. So you feel reasonably well protected. Now, over the course of this week, what would you guys have been doing just to pass the time?
Getting drunk underneath the ship. I
Most
think
likely
if there's
drinking.
keg
Yeah.
on board, it'd be quite dangerous.
Drinking, sleeping, staring,
Okay,
brooding.
Billy.
Big staring, throwing a cat maybe off of the boat.
I have a I know that I for one would be relying solely on the company of my pet mouse, who I collected on my journey to the airship port.
And I would be talking with your mouse mentally, reading its mind thoughts about how much it hates you, and it grants to me all that. It gets it all.
So you've been secretly
would
communicating
probably-
with my mouse while I've been sad and
While you
lonely
sleep.
towards my mouse.
I would probably be looking at the crystal that's helping us fly, or whatever that thing is at the back of the ship, and then inspecting
Right.
all the weapons to see how they work and stuff.
All right, hey Billy, do me a favor. I think I'm gonna have you roll the first roll
Oh,
of the game.
buddy.
Woo!
Ready for that nat 1?
Well, that's what we're gonna find out.
Oh,
Let's
no.
see, Cutthroat Billy. Let's see what your skills are here. You know what? We
I
are
wasn't able to do like the sailor background, but
well. This
we
would
kind of
fall.
have established a pirate.
Yeah, well, this will follow under the survival.
Okay.
Let's go
And he
ahead.
dies. First roll.
Huh?
I said, and he dies. First roll.
So you can go ahead and roll. If you want to go into roll 20, you have access to that dice roller on the left-hand
Mhm.
side, that panel. You can just roll a d20 through there.
Would you allow proficiency on this roll as well, or just my mod?
Yeah, well, your proficiency is, your total is +5. That's proficiency and mod, so you should be good there. So you can roll it and add 5.
Get it, get it.
Aw,
Is that a
Is
13?
that proficiency? Oh yeah.
So you got 18. All right, cool.
Okay.
So
Cool. So
it's not a super challenging, but what you
Why didn't it work?
huh?
So your voice is
it might
lagging.
have actually.
Yeah.
13, 18, baby.
Yeah, your voice is lagging, buddy. He was having trouble with his internet earlier, so we'll see.
18 altogether.
Yep. All right. So with an 18, you actually are able to garner some significant bit of
Correct.
insight about the BlackBeard's Toe. One of the main things that you're able to tell while inspecting this arcane engine is that this ship is built in such a way that
Three
it
T
could
in
actually
cutthroat.
be
What does that mean?
seaworthy.
If you're talking to me, you're gonna have to make sure you're letting me know,
It
guys.
would
If you guys gonna talk
require,
within each other,
it would
otherwise I'm gonna get
require
distracted. So just make sure.
masts
I want to make
in
sure I keep
order
track of you.
for
But
it to
keep track of
harness
this too.
the wind on the seas. And there would have to be some reinforcement of certain elements of the keel. But overall, this would be probably about 90% seaworthy as it sits right now. The way that
Of course it
engine
is. He was dying for a ship.
well, it may not be this one, but this is a nice ship. The other thing that you notice is that arcane engine, the way it works, this is what they consider an amplification model. So basically, it harnesses the power of the elemental plane of air. A very small amount of air travels through it, and it is amplified by a transition to the elemental plane of air, and then basically transported out the backside uh, of the structure on the whole back of the ship, which creates the thrust to push it forward.
So this could, at some point in time, be, if truly needed, be converted to a sea-faring vessel.
I have a question.
Yep.
Um,
Yes, sir.
Is this just this specific airship, or all airships of this model?
Well, see, that's the thing. There's not really.
I'm not sure if they're like
in the-
mass produced either. Is this like a man-made airship that somebody's just used for commercial travel, or?
Well, see, that's the thing. There's not so much as models. Each shipbuilder will build it, potentially differently. Caravels from people to people will be different, but this particular type of engine,
Okay.
that is how that works. That is the
Gotcha.
construct of it.
Gotcha. So other types of ships, airships, could have this type of engine, which is also convertible to potential oceanic adventures.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Okay.
But the BlackBeard's Toe specifically is 90% seaworthy. But, hey, is there any way, Cankles, you seem to be
Yeah.
pretty proficient and know most of this stuff already. Is there any way, Bob, that he knows how to convert it to water, just in case, for future purposes,
Well,
Or do I-
you'll probably have to. You may have to talk to Kankle to find out about that.
Okay.
And then a couple other things. The other passengers on the ship and the captain and his crew might take exception to the ship being retrofit, especially.
I
will
I
kill them.
was gonna say, I'm not just to let everybody know on the squad, I'm not planning on commandeering the ship. I'm just asking for future reference.
Even the pirate wasn't even planning on that one. I'll be honest with that one there.
So
I wouldn't even know what to
Commandeer
do
the
with the
ship.
ship.
I will kill them.
So I
No,
did.
Cankle.
I did want to tell you a little bit about the captain
Sure.
and the crew.
Sure.
So there are four passengers of note. There is. Let me pull up my notes here. I apologize, bad DM. I was slightly unprepared. So
It's allowed.
you have a woman, an older woman named Elm Valdodral.
Elm Valdodra?
She is Valdodral.
Got it.
Let's see. Who here has a criminal background? Anybody?
Criminal, no. Folk hero, Robin Hood-esque, yes.
Okay.
Have I been known to break the law when I need to? Yes. Have I ever been caught? No.
All right. We'll hold off on that. But Elm is a woman of later years, but just starting to show. Actually, if you knew her real age, you'd be shocked at how old she is. But she is very, very fit. She has slate brown eyes, very flat in affect, and she has skin the color of burnished copper, with fissures appearing around her neck and the outside of her face.
What do you mean by that?
That
Sorry.
cracks,
Okay.
cracks in her skin.
Gotcha.
That emit an orange light, a slight orange light from.
Ooh.
She is what they call an Earth Genasi. Earth Genasi or Genasi in general are individuals who, somewhere in their bloodline, they were touched by the elemental plane.
Okay.
So they either their relative was exposed to the pure element, or someone in their family got a little too friendly with somebody from one of the elemental planes, if you get what I'm saying.
Oh, I do.
So, and she has the look of somebody who has spent her life having to correct people by force.
So she's a tough I don't want to say that. She's a very tough lady. She's well worn. She's okay.
Let's put it this way. She looks like she might be able to beat Milo in an arm wrestling contest.
Woo! Dang, son. Okay, so she's got, yeah, I got it. And she glows. So basically what you're saying is my kind of lady.
Well, sure. Also, there is an older man. You've gathered throughout this time that his name is Simic Carrington.
Simic?
But Simic, Simic. But you haven't had any communication directly with him because the man is a towering jackass.
Like literally towering?
Well,
Really
yes,
tall.
he is very tall and like razor thin. His entire face looks like it's been carved out of wood.
Okay.
He high bladed cheekbones, sunken in mouth that looks like he's constantly tasting something sour.
Okay.
And always looking down his long bladed nose with a look of disdain at whoever he's talking to. He has a very pronounced widow's peak, and he's dressed in very regal clothes. And as I said, he is a towering jackass who repeatedly sends things back and talks to everyone as if they're beneath him.
This may sound trivial. Oh, sorry. Let's continue.
Go ahead.
Are they new regal clothes, or are they like old, worn, somebody used to own them regal clothes?
Tell you what, that is a fantastic question. I'm going to have you roll to answer that for me. So what I'd like you to do, Thumb, is go ahead and roll your perception.
Okay, you're going to have to teach me what that means and how to do that.
All right, so on your character sheet, when you pull it up in D&D Beyond, in that middle column, you'll have like a line of skills, and it'll say at the bottom of the frame, skills.
Gotcha.
Okay, there's one in that list that says perception. Okay, do you see that?
I do.
Okay, where it says perception.
Plus 6.
Okay, dang, you are pretty perceptive. So go ahead and roll a d20 and add 6.
Should be on camera. Of course, it's in the corner. You can't see. 16.
Is that before you add the 6?
Oh, no, sir. Oh, no.
Okay.
Looking
so
at
you
22.
Got a 10. Oh, okay. So it is 22 all total.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So 22, those regal clothes have a fair bit of wear. If you had to guess, they are at least a year out of fashion.
Okay.
But it looks like he's gone to efforts to make it appear.
So they've been mended.
Right.
Okay.
By the way, Thumb.
Yeah.
I would just like to say, that was a fantastic question.
I knew when you made me roll for it, I was excited.
So, because of that, because I like to reward good questions and good engagement. What I would like to do is, let me see if you've got it on your character sheet, but I'm gonna give you inspiration. Okay. So if you click on your character sheet,
I don't think I have
right
inspiration.
next to, well, that's what, if you click on your character sheet, right next to where it has your walking speed.
Yeah.
Okay, you see where
I
it says
do.
inspiration? If you click on that, it'll mark that you have inspiration.
Beaut. Thank you, sir.
Okay?
I appreciate that.
What that means is the next time you roll, that if you want to use the inspiration, you can trade that in, so you can take that note off and roll a d10 and add that number to whatever it is you roll.
Perfect.
Okay?
Perfect. One-time use, 10 plus bonus.
Well, 1d10 bonus. So
I'll roll that for my bonus. Got it.
Yep. You could roll awful and just get 1 point. I've seen it happen. It sucks. But anyway, that was a fantastic observation.
Thank you, my friend.
So what
Continue.
I was
I'm
going to say
excited
about Simic Carrington is, as much of a jackass as he is, the only crack you see in that ice cold, sour bourgeoisie demeanor is when he talks to his daughter, Elspeth. Elspeth is a doe-eyed, impossibly cute girl of 5 or 6 years old. It's hard to determine.
Is she on the ship right now?
Yes, she's on the ship.
How do you spell her name?
It's Elspeth. And she's actually named after one of the creator gods, which is kind of a rare thing. Most people do not like to invoke the name of the... Huh?
Is there... Never mind. Go ahead. Sorry. I was just thinking out loud.
No worries. So, Elspeth is toe-headed, has impossibly large blue eyes, and every time she speaks, it seems like the crew is completely smitten. She has them wrapped entirely around her finger.
You said this is just a little child, right? 5 or 6?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
6-year-old, yeah.
And
Can I ask? Can I do like a roll to figure out more about the creator god she's named after?
Simic?
Absolutely.
No,
okay, this is Kankle, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Knock.
Okay. Go ahead and Knock. You have
Can I do a history check?
Yeah, do history or religion, whichever is higher for you.
History is a +5.
Okay.
Oh Jesus. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's a 12.
Okay, 12. Okay, what you do know, and there's not a whole lot that is hidden from this, because it's a common myth. In fact, everybody was weaned on this myth, growing up as a child, learning about the creation of the world. You know that Elspeth is considered Elspeth the Wise, and she is the patron deity of wisdom, home, and hearth, or was in the early creation of the universe. Worship of Elspeth, Careless, and Raijin has fallen out of favor. They've been replaced by newer gods, their children, if you will. They have been fallen out of favor, but there are groups that still worship the old proto gods. And that's pretty much what you get with a 12.
Okay.
I hope you got all that because I missed some of that. So
I wrote most of it down.
cool,
yeah.
cool.
Well, on the plus side, it's all being recorded, right?
This is true. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
I was figuring half of this stuff that I'm pulling up out of whole cloth, I'm just gonna go back and listen to it and write it down in my notes.
Perfect. Twitch.tv/Thumbscrum. There it's at. So you still have to. Okay, so these people that you're telling us are members of the crew of the BlackBeard's Toe, right?
No, these are passengers.
Gotcha.
One of 3 of the 4 guests, right? There's still one more.
Yep. The last guest.
Wait, sorry,
is-
real quick.
Yeah.
I missed the name of the first lady that you mentioned.
Elm
Before Simic.
Valodral. Is that right?
Elm
Elm?
Valdodral.
Valdo.
Valdo. Okay.
Elm Valdo Drawl.
Cool. Thank you.
And actually, I'll give you guys this one just for free because I think it's awesome. But Elm actually used to have a working name, a nom de guerre of Elm the Axe.
With those guns.
Axe.
Sounds like a badass.
Oh yeah.
I want to be her
Yeah.
friend.
I'm gonna say. Hope she likes nearly 8 foot tall men. Anyways.
Oh.
So, the last individual, the last guest that regularly pops out of their quarters is a red-headed halfling woman named Renee. Last name unknown. She has gigantic curly red hair and an even bigger personality to match. She is loud, boisterous, bordering on obnoxious, and anytime there is alcohol available, she will not be far behind. She is wearing finely made clothing. None of it is overly ostentatious, but all of it is incredibly well made, well maintained. And the few bits of jewelry that she does have on her person are all masterworked items, which means they were all made by artisans at the top of their field. And she carries a brace of daggers on her lower back. That there are 3 daggers, and 2 of them look fairly plain, except for very, very well made. But the third one has cruel looking barbs and spikes and a blood channel dug into the blade.
Delicious.
These are all working weapons, and from the look of it, business has been pretty good. So those are the passengers, and for the most part, the crew they're discreet. All very clean shaven, mostly forgettable. When you need something, they show up to hand, but when you don't need them, they are staying out of the way as much as possible, except when tending to the ship.
Is this pretty common on commercial airships?
Yep. They're generally, their job is to make the ship safe and
a
attend
comfortable
to
ride.
things.
Got it.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
so they're like attendants. Okay, I thought they were just passengers.
no,
along
the
for the
crew.
ride.
No, everybody we've been talking about so far are the passengers, but he's talking about the crew of the ship now.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then the one standout to that is Captain Wilhelm.
I was just about to ask about the captain.
So Wilhelm is an austere-looking man with a deep, gravelly voice.
Is
that seems-
Wilhelm pronounced with or spelled with a W?
It is spelt with a W,
Got
but
it.
pronounced with a V. The Wilhelm.
Wow.
denoting that Germanic origin, and you
Exactly.
can hear it when he talks.
Fantastic.
Whereas Simic always looks like he's sucking on a lemon or something equally sour.
Mhm.
Wilhelm always looks to be looking through you and past you. Not because he doesn't consider you worthy of his time, but because he's seen so many different options with people that he categorizes you right away and then looks off to the horizon to keep a weather eye to protect his ship.
Can I ask a question about the captain?
Yes.
It might be about his personality, so I might have to roll or something. Is he normally right with these assumptions, these character judgments? Do you tend to be a good judge of character?
You're gonna have to probably interact with him to figure that out.
Got it.
But at most, your communications with him have been to the extent of please move, do not sit there, there is no drinking by the ballista.
Gotcha.
Things along
Good rule to
those
have.
lines.
Good rule to have.
And the one stir that does cause an issue is when he sees your pet mouse.
What kind of stir? What do you mean stir? Define this stir.
As you're boarding the ship, he sees you walking up. Now, your mouse, does it ride on your shoulder, or
he lives in my clothes? Yeah. I'm a ranger, so I've got a lot of clothing, a lot of fur, burrows in there, hangs out, you know.
So
many pockets.
Yes, many pockets.
As you're walking up onto the gangplank, he is near the deck, welcoming people on. And when he
is he really welcoming people though, or is he just like overseeing everything?
He is tersely saying like "Welcome aboard."
He's just going through the pleasantries.
Welcome,
right?
For the most part, you gather that it has nothing to do with being welcoming and more to do with knowing everything that goes on.
Addie,
on
hello.
ship,
Sorry, I'm trying to listen to my DM. So
ride on it.
Love it.
Okay, so I have as a Warforged, I have a Steel Defender, and he's a giant boar with metal tusks. How does he feel about my giant boar?
Well, your giant boar is not gonna cause a problem.
Okay. He just hates Thumb's mouse.
Actually, I'm getting to what so as he's letting everybody on, and you can see kind of behind his eyes he is
he's
like
judging,
categorizing everyone.
Yeah.
He looks at you and he sees your little mouse. What's your mouse's name, by the way?
Hey chat, anybody want to make up the name of my mouse for me real quick? I really wanted to think of something good for this, and I hadn't gotten that far yet.
Don't put this on them, Ricky Bobby.
No, it's all right. If I don't see something soon, it's gonna. The mouse's name is gluten free. No, that's not true.
No.
It's true.
I don't want to spend too much time on this, so let's say that the beans.
The scrap man.
Beans.
Beans? All right. So
thank you, Chrissy. That's perfect.
Beans pops his head out as you're walking on, and he looks over and he goes, "Hey, you there? Excuse me, you."
Is he talking
sir,
to me or the mouse?
Well, of course I'm talking to you, idiot.
What do you want?
Would you be talking to a mouse?
Hey, you, Shorty, you keep out of this. This is a discussion for real men, not little people, please.
I appreciate it, buddy. Move along. What do you want, Captain?
You understand, on my ship, my word is law. But also, on my ship, we have cats. Your mouse, you'll keep a close eye on him, or else kaput. Do you understand?
As long as you understand that my mouse has probably seen more than your cats on this stupid ship, so they better watch out themselves.
Yeah, fair enough. But if I were betting man, and I am not, I would bet my cat versus your mouse, just for whatever it's worth. But
If-
in fact, are you a betting man, sir?
I was about to ask you the same.
I tell you what. How much gold do you have on you currently?
Depends on what kind of deal you want to give me on this airship.
Your fare has already been paid. What do you have left to offer? Tell me, how much gold do you have right now?
The asshole that's
Or-
controlling me is trying to figure it out right now.
Or perhaps, how about I have just the thing. Your mouse dies, you owe me favor. Your mouse does not die, I owe you favor. Random, strange, red-headed man. How does that sound to you? Yeah,
Yeah.
if your mouse survives the trip,
That's an
he
easy
owes
bet.
you a favor.
Got it. I
If-
misunderstood. I got too far into character, guys. Yes, I'll take that bet, sir.
Okay, for 50 gold or for the favor?
The favor, please.
All right, mark it down, please.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'd say goodbye to your mouse.
No,
As
no.
you-
This guy's a little beast.
he looks at you and goes, "Yes, we have an accord. From this point on, your mouse opens
He's getting
season
hunted.
from my cats."
Shouldn't have talked so much shit, guys. I appreciate you making this trip exciting for me, Captain. I look forward to the outcome.
You are not allowed to kill my cats. Do you understand? They provide a valuable service aboard the ship.
I need a bum 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 sound effect. Okay. So okay. I take
Your passenger.
I want to let you know, Captain, that I do question you changing the arrangements of the bet after the wager's been made. However, I have faith in my
can
rat.
hurt them.
I have faith in my
You
rat.
You can hurt them. You cannot kill them.
Okay.
That is all.
Does that count
hello,
for
Captain.
me or just my mouse?
If your mouse can kill cat,
But you're
by
telling
all
me,
means.
so you're telling me I can sit back and shoot something at him as long as I don't kill him. Got it.
Correct. This is matter of law. So we have the accord.
Captain.
Indeed,
Could I
sir.
have a sidebar?
Yeah.
Could I ask you a question, Captain? Now,
Yes,
Now, just
little one.
between the two of us, all right. Now, you see he over there, he's got a mouse, right? Well, I heard your wager. I overheard it. And what if I take care of the mouse for you? You don't have to owe him any favors.
What the fuck are you doing here? You're in cahoots with my mouse, and now you're trying to kill it too? I can still hear you, you little man that I can squish with my foot.
I am sorry, my little friend, but I believe maybe mouse be too big a target for you, perhaps.
Oh! D&D burn!
Please just
Sizzle.
enjoy the trip, okay?
Okay, I will not dream of the mouse.
Actually, my friend,
Yes, sir.
I apologize. I jest, you see, but no, in my native land, it is improper for we call them, how do you say snipers. It is improper for a sniper to involve themselves in a bet when an accord has already been struck.
Oh.
See, this puts you in the bad light and makes you not so good a friend. Do you understand what I'm saying, sir? I kid, but you cannot be such a jackass.
You're talking to Mormon still, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was making sure.
I love how the
I just
person
want to
who
point
came up
out
with
that my character almost cracked a smile during this. Like, that's how humorous he thought the situation was. He, like, almost cracked a smile.
that the one person being the only quote-unquote person that he should be afraid of has not said a single word.
Okay, I do accept this wager. I cannot hurt, or I can hurt, but I can't kill the cats. They're after my mouse. And whoever wins owes the other a favor, yes?
Yep. Well, whoever wins, the other owes them a favor.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say, yeah.
All right. So, let's do this. Why don't we are you guys okay with me taking a minute to go refill my coffee?
I was literally hoping. Yeah, same.
No,
here.
perfect timing, brother. If we have anybody needs to hear anything, let's
that.
go. I'm gonna chat with chat, and I'll be here when you guys get back.
You guys enjoying yourselves so far?
Fuck yeah, Bob.
Good. I'm glad, Morbid. Yeah, I am. I'm glad I got
so
extra
many
points
notes.
already. Oh yeah, I'm on page 2 already, or almost done with page 2.
I've got to start thinking of better questions. Great work.
I was gonna say, feel free to jump in, guys, if you have questions. I feel like I've been the only one, and Kankel's got some good ones too. But make sure ask all the questions, because then we all get to know the answers. Does anybody have any questions for Bob at this point about what we've learned thus far while we're waiting for Morbid to come back?
The ship's weapons and things. Obviously, like the captain is kind of there. Is the captain okay? Being a captain, would I be able to tell if he's like kind of just a captain because he knows how to drive the ship, or is this dude like seen some stuff?
Actually, so do me a favor. Let's go with Cutthroat Billy and Knock. Go ahead, since you both have scholarly and ship-based. Give me history rolls.
They're asking a question. They're history rolling for it, Morbid, since you just came back in.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That's not good.
Can I use a spell on myself?
If it allows it, what spell are you thinking?
Guidance.
Guidance only works on people, I think.
But I think you
already
can.
rolled. I was gonna do it on you.
You can. I think you can guidance yourself. Let me check, because it's been a while since I've used guidance.
Look at it.
You fast roller.
Okay. You touch one willing creature once before the spell ends. The target can add a D4. So it is technically.
I'm not gonna use it.
Right.
But now you know.
Like I just that was my bork roll for the session. I got paid.
Okay.
Yeah,
What am I rolling? A history check?
Yep.
17.
That's a 22.
Yoo-hoo!
Okay.
Stay Warforge.
So Knock, you have noticed throughout like your travels, you've noticed little elements of this ship's construction that point to at one point it being a naval vessel of some kind. And thinking back in your vast vaults of knowledge and study over the years, you know that within the last 20 years, the kingdom of Aendore and the Blighted Lands were engaged in a very violent war for almost 5 years straight. And during that time, Aendore's airships were taxed almost to the brink, and that Captain Wilhelm, he bears the marks of a naval captain from that period. In fact, you've seen a couple of tattoos, and just
another badass.
The way he wears his gear all points to former Navy captain.
Okay.
Yes, the dude's seen some stuff.
I have a question. Oh, sorry.
What were the two countries that were fighting there, or the two areas?
That was Aendore, the kingdom that you are
Headed
currently
towards.
in. Yeah, you're within the borders of Aendore, heading to Jermal. But Aendore was at war with what's colloquially called the Blighted Lands. That's the land that's fallen under the sway of the Shadowfell, which is a plane of negative energy and like necrotic and undead energy. So since then, the Blighted Lands have undergone almost a rebranding where they are trying to open up diplomatic envoys with kingdoms around them, including Aendore.
How long ago was that war?
That was 20 years ago, and the war lasted about 5 years.
Cool.
Does this Captain Wilhelm pick up on my like
Captain-ness?
Nothing. My piratiness?
Actually, yeah, considering the equipment you carry, for the
rapier and leather armor?
Rapier, leather armor, and firearms.
You gave it away.
Now, firearms are really easy to conceal, to which I would be doing so.
Right.
But still.
Fair enough. No, I would say as a seafarer, chances are he hasn't said anything directly to you, but given that most seafaring people walk with that rolling like sea walk, that
it's the silent respect.
Yep. He does treat you, he does talk to you a lot less brusquely than he talks to a lot of the other passengers.
Personal opinion, Animal Crossing.
I respond as quickly
man, I
to
miss
not
out
waste
on D&D
time.
games. We're
right.
beyond YouTube as well, my
Excellent.
friend.
So, do you guys have any other questions?
Before we get going, Morbid, do you have any questions about anything we've learned so far? That's basically what we were doing while you were gone.
Yeah, asking questions.
Yeah,
I don't.
That was the only question we had asked. All right, continue on, sir.
All right, so it is. You guys are all. Now, what have you guys done to get to know either yourselves or each other, or any other members of the passengers crew? What have you guys, any of you tried to interact with anybody, or are you just lost kind of in your own thoughts on this journey?
I'd say this is a good time for us to make sure we get together. I'd like to say that noticeably, Milo's been very near all of my conversations so far. He seems to be almost as if he's been walking in my shadow the whole time. I've noticed, but not given it much notice because he is tiny and seems quite just unimportant in regards to my stature.
3 foot of muscle. How dare you?
You're like a tiny rolling boulder to me. You're like a tiny little moving rock is all you are to me. So yeah, and other than annoyance, again, the interactions that him following me, for example, the bet, have caused me a little bit of joy in what has already been a pretty depressing time of my life. So that's another reason why I'm allowing him to be around, is because that interaction between him has been the only joy, is just watching him getting the little kerfuffles like that and being an angry little guy.
I would like to make amends, please. I never meant to threaten your mouse.
Well, and again, like I said, I'm not upset about it at all because I'm 7'8", so like I think it's everything you've done to try to be mean or anything like that, or your crankiness has all been entertainment to me. So do
you think I can offer a fist bump?
Perhaps. Do we need a roll for it? I'm just kidding. It's quite the reach. It's quite the reach. So we have developed some sort of like underlying friendship.
I'm reaching up to fist bump.
Clink. Those are our rings
did
clinking
it!
together. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, we're friends.
Just jumps afterwards and runs away. Like...
And then I steal the mouse. Just kidding.
And now the cats don't know where to find it because they think it lives on me.
Alright, so go ahead.
And keep my eyes glued to the horizon.
You've had little
tried
to no
fishing.
interaction with us?
Seafarers get scared of open areas and are always afraid of pirates. Totally not a pirate myself, and gonna make sure that we don't get attacked by totally not air pirates.
Okay, Knock, what are you doing?
I've still just been researching things because I'm interested in them, but I haven't talked to anybody because I think that organic life forms are soft and inefficient machines.
I would also like to
Excellent.
point out that just because I am ranger and it's in my nature to be observant, and obviously we've noticed that I have pretty good perception skills, I have noticed all of these passengers, and I tend to find myself a pretty decent judge of character, so I have already kind of made my decisions about who these people are. But I have noticed, Knock, I have noticed there's a pirate on board.
Yeah, I noticed who's on board, but I haven't really interacted with them. I do notice that Simic is an asshole, and as a joyful, outgoing robot, even though I think they're inefficient, I want to try to get to know him because it's a challenge.
Told you I was a pirate.
I was gonna say, I'm just noticed I'm very observant and I've got great perception and I trust my gut.
Okay,
Good insight.
so let me ask you guys a question. What do you do? What do you do in the evening time and at nighttime? What do y'all do?
Drink and sleep.
Okay, drink
This
and sleep.
As a
That's
ranger,
pretty
again,
good
I'm usually
answer.
on the run, and since I feel safe in this airship, I feel like I'm taking advantage of the sleep opportunities at night.
Okay,
So-
Billy, how about you?
Probably I'm gonna keep an eye glued to the horizon until a respectable time. Essentially, kind of ceremoniously change watch and try and get some rest at night, if at all possible. Possibly rubbing elbows with Wilhelm to kind of, well, while being a pirate,
Talk shit.
I have no, yeah, literally talk shit. I have no intention of commandeering any or this boat at this point in time. So I kind of want to,
Make it enjoyable.
not only, yeah, make it enjoyable, but not only that, but like kind of reinforce that, like, yes, I am this, but no, I have no intention of messing with this shit.
So like
this point in
visibly
time.
clearing the air with him, or
Yeah,
palpably.
like, visibly, like,
Mhm.
if he needs me to do something that makes me feel more trustworthy to him, I am more than willing to do so at this juncture.
Good night, Withered. I hope I caught
Okay,
you. You're the
fair
best.
enough.
You're
Now,
the best. Thank you for dropping by, and maybe
Knock,
we can get you
how
playing some
about
D&D
you?
sometime.
What's your
Um,
nighttime?
So because I don't have to sleep or eat or drink, I basically
What a
just
lovely
wander the
thing.
ship. I know. I basically just wander the top deck of the ship, keeping an eye out for things. Although I don't know how it like plays into like sleeping, but when I take a long rest, I have to spend 6 hours inactive, motionless, but I can see and hear. So I don't know if that has to happen at night, but
So where do you?
Well, that'll have to happen anytime you want to like not have a level of exhaustion the next day. So you can
I guess-
still go ahead.
So I guess I wander the ship for a while, and then unless someone else is up taking, or if someone else comes up and takes watch, then I go do that for the 6 hours that I was required.
But you said you can still see and hear, but you can't react unless you want to stop your charging process or whatever.
It says, in this state, you appear inert, but doesn't render you unconscious. You can see and hear as normal.
Got it.
It's called Sentry's Rest.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, we're gonna be perching you places, buddy.
That's your job as a warlock. Hang out here.
Hey, while we're sleeping, are you? Yeah. Anyways, continue.
All right, so Milo,
I gotta
How
write
In
about
the
you?
evening times, I have trouble sleeping, so I take watch over for Nock when he goes to rest. And I
Okay.
also roll a fat joint of pirate kush and enjoy the evening.
Hey, we're on my stack, you little brat.
All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna roll a dice, and we're gonna figure out who is gonna be dealing with this. So,
What?
Dealing with this.
hey, let's go with knock. You want evens or odds?
Oh Jesus. Evens.
Okay. Ooh,
Odds.
odds. So it's morbid.
Come on, little guy.
Alright.
Milo.
Okay, morbid. I need you to roll me a perception check. Or let me see if there's another. Yeah, give me perception. So it's in your skills, in that middle of your sheet. It'll
got
say
+1.
perception.
+1.
Okay, so you can go ahead and roll that
Oh,
in.
can I? Oh, never mind. Go ahead. I was gonna say I can. Can I cast guidance on him before he rolls this?
Nope, because you wouldn't
Oh, it's not an
technically be.
in-game thing. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so
I love your
morbid.
thoughts, though. Kankle, you're awesome.
About
Even
3 o'clock in the morning, or let's call it like second watch. You notice nothing. It's a beautiful star-filled night. Everything's quiet. The watch captain is standing behind the wheel. There is a crew out and about on the deck. Everything seems to be going fantastic.
If it wasn't in the air, it would be swimmingly.
So,
Soul is visibly terrified on his end.
Morbid, do me a favor. I need you to
Yes.
do one more thing for me.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna have you roll a dexterity check with disadvantage. So it's a little more advanced. Okay. So your dexterity is at the top of your character sheet.
14.
Right below your name, you're going to have strength, dexterity, constitution, and there's a little circle that has a number in it, but above that, you have a plus or minus value. Do you see that?
Yeah, +2.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to roll a d20 and add 2. You're going to do it twice, though, and you're going to take the lower number because you're rolling with disadvantage. Okay? Means basically you've gotten caught flat-footed, so you need to roll.
Oh, wait. Sorry, +2, right? I clicked the 2.
So
But you're
you've
100%.
got an 8 and a 10. So add 2 to both of those, you've got a 10 and a 12. You would take the lower of them, which is the 8, and okay. So morbid, you are currently like, so when you take the watch, are you like the antsy kind of guy who's walking around while you do your watch, or are you sitting there stoically, like ears wide open, listening off
Smoking
in
on
the
that
distance?
pipe.
I sit very still, staring into the distance.
So do me a favor, like do a click on this ship, right? Somewhere where you would be.
Where are you perching, man? Where are you smoking that spliff?
Do a clip? What do you mean?
So on the
Oh,
D20
On the
map,
and
there's squares you can
Yeah.
click on. Click on where on the ship you're chilling and smoking that J while you're rocking and rolling.
See how it gives that little circle?
Yeah.
You can click anywhere on the
go
ship.
ahead. Yeah, just tell me where you would be.
Right about there.
All right, fair
Do you
enough.
see that?
Yeah,
Yep.
it does a circle for him, and I think he's gonna put a place marker there.
Well, yes, I am actually gonna do something here real quick. So I'm throwing a random character here for right now. Excuse me. Okay, give me just 1 sec.
Wait, is it too late to change my idea? I think I like this spot better.
Yes, it is too late now.
Ah.
Damn it! Damn it,
Rip.
Martha.
Okay, so this about a good spot for you, Morbid?
Yeah, right up there. That'd be a good spot to see forward and backwards.
Okay, so this looks like an appropriate burial point for you. So,
Burial point.
what- well,
dead.
yeah.
Already?
Bye.
So here's what happens. It's second watch. It's everything is going along swimming.
That's what you
swimmingly.
said.
The ship is running smoothly. Everything feels peaceful, quiet, serene. In fact, so serene that you almost feel like weightless. Like everything just kind of falls away for a second. You don't know if it's the pipe or the droning of the ship's engine or what, but you just feel like you're floating for a sec. And then you hear a dull thud. And from behind you, you can see the flickering glow of these arcane blue lights explode into the night as the ship violently lists to the side.
Ooh.
When the ship suddenly lurches to the side as the entire starboard side engines have completely shut down. The ship lists violently, and you on the deck with your failed dexterity check fly past this this half wall. Let me.
Oh no!
Not
Failed
gonna go well.
dexterity check.
Okay, that half wall that I'm clicking on right there, that is what you went to grab on as the ship violently lurched and you missed it. You start sliding down. Now, what I need you to do, you get one more opportunity to catch here. Okay?
Oh
Go
shit!
ahead and roll, but you are now aware of what is going on around you. Okay? So, let me ask you a question since you're as a barbarian, does your rage give you any benefits to this? Because this is going to be acrobatics or athletics.
Would this so my rage gains an advantage in my saving throws. Would this kind of thing come into that? Is this saving my life?
Well, let's take a look at you gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws. So this would be actually, since your athletics goes off of strength, you would technically, if you rage, you would get advantage on it. Basically, what you're doing is you're kind of hulking out and trying to grab onto that railing and hold on for like dear life, and you're angry that you have to do this.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Do it,
Yes.
dear
So
God, do
yeah,
it.
no, order of my moves would I choose to rage first,
Yep, you have to
and
go
then
ahead.
lunge to grab the wood, the last railing?
Yeah.
Yep. So you're gonna mark off a rage. Okay. So you're gonna go into a
Gotcha.
rage, and then you are going to roll an athletics check. Now, since you have advantage, you are gonna roll twice and take whatever the higher one is. Okay. So you're gonna
Gotcha.
roll a d20, add 4, and do that twice. Whichever one is higher, let me know.
Okay. All right. I got a 2 plus the 4. We got a 6. Sorry, guys. I'm doing this in my physical one.
Do
I
it.
wanted to do it.
Do it. Do it.
Oh my god! And I got a 20.
Thank God.
Yeah!
Thank God, Morbid. I thought you
I-
scared me with that. Oh, fuck. I thought I was gonna have to try to like race up from the bottom of something, drunkenly try to grab you or something. Oh God.
Hey,
Beautiful roll.
Ah,
Mwah.
with
Good God.
That was scary. I
you
thought I
were
was gonna
dead
die already.
I really did. Bob, you're doing great. Continue, please.
Alright, so Morbid,
Yes.
allow me to narrate this just because this is truly an epic moment. Okay, so the ship has listed violently to the starboard over 1,000 feet in the air. You can see below you. You can see snow-covered mountains as the ship suddenly falls to an almost 90-degree angle. You sitting there on the deck. Suddenly, as the ship lurches, you reach out instinctively and try to grab the half wall that you've been sheltering your back against. You grab a hold of it with a quick grip, but your hand slides away, leaving furrows where your fingernails dug into the wood as you continue your inexorable slide down. In a moment of terror, you fly into a blinding white hot rage, angry at the world for every wrong thing that's ever happened to you, and the fact that you need to continually fight just to stay alive on this God's forsaken ship. You fly into that rage, and as the veins are standing out on your forearms, you angrily grab hold of the railing, your last grasp of the ship before plummeting to certain doom. You grab it so hard that the railing splinters slightly underneath you from the force of your grip as you grit your teeth and hang on for dear life.
Woof.
Holy shit.
Good roll, dude.
It's a
Okay.
We
Russian.
did it, ladies and gentlemen. We survived.
You hear that? Oh, God.
That was awesome.
Good roll,
my
man. I was
God.
so scared.
I love you all. Oh my god. Bob, you're doing amazing. I love this.
The bum
Just-
rush up to the top.
I should have stayed at the bottom deck, man.
So now that we've settled that, I would like to take a moment and talk to the folks in the lower deck. So, and then we'll try and get everybody together before the next bad things happen.
Okay, so who wants to go
Did I
first?
say it next? All right. Let's go around the table. Actually, let's go ahead. You guys all roll a d20. Let me know what you get, and we'll just kind of do it initiative style.
Sure,
And
sure,
figure out
sure.
who's-
I got a 3.
Ankle went to
Chad.
sleep today.
I got an 11.
Dude, all I was thinking about that whole time was that I'm 3'1".
I
And
know.
rolling.
And rolling.
I got a 2.
Well, you're already taken care of, Morbid,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
right now.
Oh yeah.
You're dangling right now.
I just like to
You're in
roll.
perpetual dangle right now.
I like to
11
roll.
with everything.
It's all about the angle of the dangle. All right, so let's start with Thummy. All right,
All right.
Thumb. So let me ask you a question.
Please.
When you sleep, what kind of gear are you sleeping with?
All of it.
You can't sleep in full armor, bro.
Why
You
not?
can't breathe.
Huh?
Why not? I'm always trying to be protected, even when I sleep. Just because I feel safe on the ship doesn't mean I feel 100% safe.
Well, see, that's the thing. Sleeping in full armor doesn't get you rest. What kind of armor do you wear?
I just have, I think it's light leather armor. Let me just double check that real quick. Sorry, I was looking at Milo's card while you were describing that heroic save of his. Equipment.
You're not able to sleep in your armor.
Okay, I take that off. Lay on it as bedding. And
Okay,
I
fair enough.
I don't really
I'll give you
disrobe that much. I mean, I disrobe to like wash what I have to wash and do that monthly if I need to, but that's about it.
Monthly.
Maybe not that much, but I am supposed to smell.
I bathe weekly. Very weekly. Okay, so, all right. So, you are sound asleep, or, well, as sound as a ranger will sleep.
Yes.
Normally, rangers used to the rhythm of the wild. You tend to sleep light anyway. And about second watch, as you're laying there sleeping, you hear a creak from below decks. And you hear this creak, and it's enough for you to open your eyes. You open one eye. Go ahead and roll. Let's go ahead and roll an athletics check for me.
Okay.
So you're gonna
Still
roll
20.
Roll a 20 and add 5 to it.
Got it. Oh, thank God for the 5. I rolled a 7. So I got 12 total.
Okay. So you managed to, as the ship suddenly lists violently starboard, you managed to, as you begin to fall, you manage to get out of the way of the worst of the material on your wall. Now, most ships are built with things being latched down, and whether they're a seaborne vessel or an airborne vessel, that still holds true because there's always a potential for an accident. And when there's an accident on air or sea, anything that's not stowed down tends to turn into a projectile. Unfortunately, that also includes your weapons and any miscellaneous gear.
Okay.
So when that ship violently tilts to one side, most of your gear goes flying towards you, and you're able to avoid the worst of it. You do have a few bumps and bruises, but you are sitting at an almost 90-degree angle with the door to your quarters below your feet. What would you like to do?
Well, I gotta figure out what the hell's going on. So I feel like I gotta make my way to the top of the top deck.
Okay, so you're gonna head out. So we'll throw you.
Like that's the thing. I feel like that'd be my first gut reaction is get to where I can see what the hell's going on.
Okay, so I'm gonna take Morbid. Morbid, I'm gonna put you right there. You're hanging onto the ship. You just hang out
Hanging
there,
on.
okay, bud?
You just hang on
10-4.
tight, buddy. I'm coming for you, man.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring Thummy, and I'm gonna put you right here. You are on the second level, and one round of movement should get you up to the top deck, and we'll actually put you right here. Okay.
Okay.
Once you come out to the top deck, your next turn, then you are going to have to either roll dexterity or athletics if you try to go out onto the deck, because like I said, you're at almost a 90-degree angle.
Gotcha. So, real quick question: the side that Morbin's hanging off of, is that the side that's down, and I'm on like the up side of it? That's the way it turned. That's the way it kicked.
Yep.
Who is Morbid?
I'm sorry, Milo. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I gotta get better at that. You're right, Milo. Milo's dangling off the side that's below me, but in front of me. Can I see that? Can I see him?
Once on your next turn, you should, with a perception check, you'll be able to notice him.
So
he is kind of small. It is dark, and he is hanging off the railing.
No, that's true. So because that would be the next thing I do as soon as I got to this position, because you said I'm gonna have to roll for any sort of like strength or athleticism to move because of the weird position this ship's in. So I feel like my first thing I'd want to do after my move is look the fuck around. Get my bearings, I guess.
Okay. So we are going to leave you there, Thumb.
Sure.
The next on that list would be Mr. Billy. Billy, as the ship, you hear the same like ominous creak before you hear the explosion, and the ship lists violently to the starboard side. What kind of gear do you have on? Do you?
All I've got on is like some leather, my rapier, and a gun that's hidden under some stuff.
Okay. So what I'd like you to do, go ahead and either roll. Yeah, go ahead and roll athletics or acrobatics, whichever is higher for you.
Oh, definitely acrobatics.
Okay. This will determine how well you ride out the sudden change in direction.
12.
Woo.
Okay. That is not terrible.
No.
Yeah, you take some bumps and bruises along with Thumb. As things shift violently, a lot of gear comes flying down on you, and you're able to avoid the worst of it. You are the same. You see below you the door to get out. Actually, no, you'd be across the hall. So your door is up. What would you like to do, sir?
To calmly try and make my way to the engines.
Okay, to the engines. All right, cool. That would be to the back of the ship. Do you want to look below decks or go up to the upper deck and look at the control array?
Oh no, I'm gonna stay below decks, and at the exact same time, I'm gonna be yelling at everybody to stay in your rooms.
Okay, do me a favor. Go ahead and roll charisma, and let's see how well people are listening to you.
Ooh.
Wow. That's crazy.
12 again.
12? All right. As you're running out or calmly making your way to the back, you do see a couple of people pop out, including Renee. Renee looks over, and as she pops out, she's wearing just a nightshirt, and her hair is all kind of tied to the back. And as you're, what do you say to try and keep people in the room?
I'm just going to calmly tell them it's safer to stay in the room. I'm going to go check out the... Then just keep moving.
As she looks up as you're walking by, and she's like, "Oi, I suppose you know how to fix this?"
Oi.
I'm going to look directly at her and go, "Yeah, do you?"
No, but I'm assuming you don't either.
Assuming makes an ass out of you and me there, Lottie. Get back in your room, and I'm just going to keep moving.
Touche. And she goes back to her room. All right, so that
Put her in her place. Glad you rolled that 12.
all right.
Gonna be
So
screaming at the Warforged as well. Be like, I need the Iron Man back here immediately.
okay, so well
that's
that brings us to our next occurrence. All right, Mr. Knock, or
Knock. Yes. Good work.
yeah,
Yeah.
just Knock. Well, I guess Mister is not appropriate. But Knock. I was gonna say, what kind of gear do you sleep in? But you don't sleep, thus rendering the question moot. All right, so tell me what weirdo Warforged thing you do when you power down.
Well, I have the Sentry's Rest, which I don't know if I can. It's considered a long rest, so I guess if it gets interrupted, I don't know what that means. But, yeah, I don't know. My armor is like integrated onto my guy, like it's in
Right.
my body.
Yeah, yeah. In your case, you can't exactly like
Yeah, but
unless you put on
do-
extra armor.
your arms
and-
like ingest into your body, and you like pew 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 pew. Like what happens?
You have like a sleep button,
right? You just press your own sleep button. Beep.
Yeah, I just stand there like a statue.
Okay, so
Sleeps like a
what
horse.
we're gonna do, since you were awake when all this happened, I am going to give you acrobatics or athletics, whichever is higher, and you get advantage.
Can I use guidance to do that?
Let's say I'm giving you advantage, so we'll
Okay.
say no on the guidance. Because that does take an action to cast. So
That's fair. All right, I'll do acrobatics then, because I have a +2.
okay.
So what am I rolling? 2 d20s.
Yep. Yeah, you're rolling with advantage, so you take whichever one's highest.
So I guess that's 13 + 2, 15.
Okay. So you survive the sudden shift with a fair amount of aplomb. In fact, you actually like it's pretty easy for you or for one of your build to actually adjust to sudden changes in verticality. You just kind of roll with it as soon as the direction shifts. You just kind of step forward and go, all right, now, well, this is up. So as you adjust to the new up,
Well, this is up. That was well put.
so you have a door below you, and you can pick up. You hear Billy saying something about needing the Iron Man in between yelling at another passenger that didn't stay in her room.
I feel I was incredibly calm with that. Being fast, the actors of
She
Pirate
did
Sound
not
for that
agree.
matter.
She did not agree.
I will try and make my way.
No, the ding
to
helps
Billy.
me remember to look
Okay.
at it. I
So
like the ding.
we'll go ahead and I'm going to use the one that is the most armor covered. So I'm going to make you this one because you're a Warforged and all metal. Okay, so that concludes the party's turn. So now it comes time for the DM to have a little fun.
See, whenever the DM says fun in air quotes that I can feel all the way in Alaska, I feel like it's not going to be.
Okay, Billy and Knock, can you do me a favor and roll a dexterity saving throw for me?
Is it rolling off of any particular skill, or is it just a straight up dex roll?
No, it'll actually just be a saving throw. If you look on your character sheet right below your attributes, you'll have your saving throws based on those, and it'll tell you what your bonus is for rolling a save. So
24.
very nice.
Oh my god.
Hey, knock.
With
Whoa.
a +2, I think.
Okay, so 18. All right, you both succeed. Okay. So as you're
boy.
both, you both are making your way into the engine chamber below decks. You come to a large metal door, and in fact, the entire chamber is outfitted in thick sheets of metal with fist-sized rivets to hold it together. Generally, anytime you're dealing with any major elemental energy, it is always good to reinforce as much as possible. But as you get closer to it, you can see that the rivets are actually beginning to glow, and the metal itself is beginning to bow. So, and as you're making your way towards it, that bowing becomes more and more extreme, and suddenly with a deafening roar and the keening twisting of
Oh
metal,
shit.
the entire chamber erupts, and you both are thrown to the ground. You each take 4 damage. Um, that's thankfully you guys saved really well. So
Oh shit.
you take 4 damage and you are knocked prone. So that
Stupid
means
question.
yes.
What kind of damage is that?
That damage would actually be that would be energy damage. So that would be I guess lightning damage would be the closest.
Do I have time for reaction during this?
Reaction?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it coming and you successfully saved against it. Sure, you can use a reaction.
Can I cast Absorb Elements?
Let me see. Absorb elements. Let me look at it real quick. So just so I can make sure of one thing.
Testing time?
Say, do you have absorb
Yeah.
elements learned
It's
or
my
equipped?
level 1 spell.
And it
Oh,
is a
is it? Okay.
reaction. Absolutely.
Yes,
You
good
can-
work.
So you can very much so if you use that as your first level, you will take 2 damage instead of 4.
Okay, I'll do that.
Don't waste it, Cankle. Don't waste it. 4 damage is nothing.
Okay, fine, fair enough. I only have 24 hit points. You guys have 30 something.
It's
I know,
Joe
right?
behind me.
He goes that
It's just
too.
really weird to hear to
Alright.
a Warforged chill behind somebody else, but we're good.
All right, I'll wait then. I'll just take the 4 then.
Okay, so just for everybody, this includes Thumb and Milo.
Hello.
So upon that explosion,
Yeah.
which you all hear, the about half of the back end, the entire starboard side of that back chamber, is blown off into the night sky.
Wait, so are we falling right now?
No, you were blown towards
Back.
the front
Into the ship.
of the ship.
Whew.
Okay.
So like you guys have been blown like back here.
We got thrown to where we're not getting Titanic.
So it's just like that back quarter, like basically the banister back that's gone.
There go
Yeah.
our engines then. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah. So the entire back end of the ship is beginning to tilt towards the ground as it looks very much like this beautiful ship, BlackBeard's Toe, is about to become a creature of the land again.
About to shove its
Uh,
foot right up the land's butt.
Atop the spine of the world mountains. We are currently, you all are, at this point, you have lost a significant bit of altitude. So you are, probably 900 feet above ground. And you're only 900 feet above because you are currently over a mountain range. And your ship is badly damaged. Thankfully, due to the recent damage, the ship has sort of righted itself as it's beginning to fall towards the earth. Currently, it looks to be a rapid descent, but the engines are firing enough to.
The engines, I thought they fell off the back.
No, not. There's like 9 different engine segments.
Gotcha.
You've lost the majority of them.
Gotcha.
But there are enough that are working to slow the fall of the ship.
Stream says hello, Morbid.
Can I ask a question? Hello, stream. Is our crew fixing it at all, or what?
That's a
Both
good
not
question.
hired in there.
Like, what
Right
are they
now-
doing?
Is this? I was gonna say, is this beyond fixing? Is this something that they can be fixing, or?
No. Generally, most ships can survive 2 or 3 engine segments or portions being, damaged.
Okay.
But this sheer number, like, it would take days to fix, and you have minutes.
Got it.
And also,
Shit.
Exactly.
Kind of think the Titanic. The Titanic's system was designed that any 2 or 3 chambers could be flooded and it would still be okay. But the iceberg ripped through like 15 chambers and there was no recovery from it.
And you said
Here,
this
you
is
got, like,
ass end falling towards the ground, right? Where the
right,
engines were.
Yep. So you're at about a 45-degree angle and rapidly falling towards the ground.
Okay.
Now,
Oh, shit.
Morbid,
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and allow you. It's your turn. I'll go ahead and allow you. If you want to climb back on the ship, you can roll an athletics check with advantage since you're still raging to get on the ship. But
I'm not on the ship.
You're still dangling
I'm
off the
s- am I
side.
dangling?
Still.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
yeah, you're
Okay.
you're like, like
I
what's his name? You're like one of the old school pirates hanging onto the rope swing, like you're.
I have a question. Did the ship lurch and then the engines exploded, or was the explosion the lurch?
The explosion was the initial lurch, but
That sent
you
Morbid
being-
or sent Milo over the edge.
yep, and you being below decks though, you did hear the creak before it.
It exploded.
Right.
Okay.
Morbid up top was lost in, like
His
Like,
haze and
whatever.
his view.
and he
Whoa,
just
man,
went,
that doobie got me, bro.
"This is so cool."
But he did have that elatement, that sense of floating beforehand. Okay. You got to roll D20 twice, right?
Yep,
D20
D20
twice.
twice, and keep the higher one, and then add your
Athletics?
Yeah, which is +4, I believe, for Milo.
Okay, I did
you
it in
just
the thing
rolled
so we can all
4.
see it.
Just to let you know, you just rolled 4 D20s.
Oh wait, I thought you were meaning that I need to roll it twice, d20 twice.
It's all right.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so
did, but
let me do the
so you got an 18 and a 19. So either
On that
one of
first one.
those, yeah, you
Yeah.
got a 22 or a 23. Either one is a massive success.
Yeah.
You are like, now that the ship is
Yes.
righted itself, you're like, oh, okay, this is just a muscle up.
I was gonna
Uh-huh.
say I want him to use his tiny little morbid muscle or Milo muscles to like fling himself back up to his previous position.
Little hamburger
Actually,
helper, baby.
Let's do this.
Where did he fling himself to on the ship? I'm looking at the map.
What barrel
Not-
did I land into?
We're just gonna throw you right over here, but when you're able to, as the ship kind of rights itself, you look down briefly and you see the rapidly approaching
Hi,
ground,
Cuddly.
and you decide you at
D&D is
least
not going
want
as planned,
some-
but
something between
our ship
you
is
and
sideways
that
right now. We're trying to
hungry-looking
figure out how to
mountaintop.
survive this shit.
So you grab
my
that railing for all your little muscles are worth, and you yank up as hard as you can, which is surprisingly hard for a little dude, and you come vaulting over the railing, do a perfect 360, and land feet first on the railing, at, like surfing the ship down to the ground.
Well, this is horrifying, but I did it. I
It's
landed
just-
it 10 out of 10,
Yeah,
baby.
this is why we made you a tiny little barbarian. You're so strong. I'm so proud of you.
All right,
Thank you, mate.
so you still have an action or a movement and a bonus action. But since you have not taken any damage this turn, you will lose your rage.
Okay.
So, because rage requires you to take some sort of damage, actually, you know what? I will give you terrifying circumstance and let you keep it. You
Woo.
are on a ship hurtling towards a mountaintop.
Adrenaline's
I think
high,
Pretty
that
damn
would-
angry about it.
right?
Yeah, I think that's fair. All right.
He's being so lenient with us newbies. All right. What are you doing,
I
buddy?
know,
What's your
right?
move? What's your bonus action?
So we're about to hit the ground right now?
We're about
Is that what's about to happen?
900 feet above the ground.
Yeah, you've got probably about, if those engines work good and proper, if nothing else blows up, you've got probably 20-30 seconds before you hit the ground. Now, hopefully at 20-30 seconds, that's hopefully parts of the ship will survive, right?
Yes.
If anything else blows, though, you are likely to be falling at terminal velocity and like hit the ground within 10 seconds, in which case nobody's surviving. So
no.
go ahead.
I'm just thinking, I'm looking at my actions here. I was hoping I had some kind of form of the beast that let me do some flying shit like in Moana, but no, sir. No, sir, indeed.
Hey,
I don't know what to do.
there is something that I would say that all of you would probably recognize at this moment. If you're on top of the ship, chances are like you have a better chance of surviving. Anybody on the bottom two decks, they're falling inside a house that is going to collapse around them. You see what I'm
I'm in
saying?
danger.
Yes.
Yeah. Squish.
Yeah.
So we're up top. So you're in a decent position right now, and you got about 20 seconds before you hit the ground.
Now, 20 seconds is about 5 rounds. So, or no, 20 seconds is like 3 or 4 rounds. So that is 3 full passes of you guys having actions. So It
Okay.
is a significant amount of time in a combat type scenario or a tactical scenario. So
It's weird. Like we're fighting against the Earth. Like we're gonna smash into mountains. How are we gonna survive this? Um, my character has survival. I don't really know how I can use that to help me in this scenario. I was kind of thinking, what if I had like my claws and I used those to like hold on harder? You know what I mean? Like fucking lock in and fucking hold on to the ship.
okay, so you want to rage, use aspect of the beast, and use your claws to lock in and hold on.
for dear life.
So basically, like a cat trying to climb a drape. That kind of lock in,
Precisely.
right?
Yes.
Let's hope the drape's made of mahogany, though. Like,
I got Wolverine claws or something.
Like basically like a Wolverine trying to grab onto a helicopter skid.
yeah, sure.
Hey, fair enough. Well, that would be an to actually do it would require an action. You can use your bonus to go into rage to do the aspect of the beast. And then you can, yeah, you'd have to do it as an action. And since you already used it to leap off the railing, you'd have to wait until next turn.
Okay. Second option. I see actions in combat. I have something called a grapple. Is that a special use only thing as well, or?
Well, that is an action as well. So, a grapple is preventing somebody from moving or doing something. So, you can,
Oh.
yeah, that's a combat option. And again, like it is part of your main action. So, like right now, the only things you can do are move and bonus action because you've already used your action.
Okay. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Then for can I just move to a different part of the ship?
Yep, you can move 5 squares. So from where you're at, if you just want to like do that little ping thing and tell me where you want to move, I will move you.
Does it have to be 5 squares in one direction? Like for this move, I have to move 1 square, or can I go like a L?
You can go an L, certainly.
Okay. I would like to relocate. Well, okay, it has to be 5, or it just can max is 5.
Max is 5.
Okay, I want to go over here. Where I originally was going to hide myself.
Towards the front?
Yes,
Okay.
I want to stay away from this scary crystal. Something bad's going to happen.
Okay, ping me on the map where you want to go.
Right here.
Sorry, I did my bang. I didn't mean to click at the same time.
Okay, go ahead, try that again, Morbid, please. Thank you. All right,
yeah.
cool. Right there?
Yes.
Okay, you happy with that?
Yes, I am very happy.
All right, cool. All right, so that's your move, your action.
Do I use a bonus action? Or can you?
I don't know if I can.
Let me see how your aspect of the beast works, because I've not played that one before. So let me see what that. I apologize, everyone in chat. New abilities. Sometimes this happens.
Oh, don't worry about it. They know that I'm brand new at this, so I'm taking it all in.
Okay.
It looks like grandma, the fucking thing.
That's a teaser for the podcast.
That's so funny. Grandma.
Dude, I wanted to play this when shit was getting intense and I almost fell off the ship. See if it'll come in. But I didn't know what it would sound like, so I didn't want to interrupt Bob.
Just hanging on for dear life. This little dude. I'm so glad you ran to the front of the ship, by the way.
Oh my god, yo, that was a lucky ass roll.
Yes.
20?
No, all of you guys so
Oh.
far have had some pretty lucky rolls. While Bob's
I was
looking at
like,
this, I'm going to take the biggest, fastest pee break ever. I will be back literally in about 20 seconds.
All right. I found what I was looking for, but yeah,
Thumb's taking a pee break.
all right, no worries. So, you can absolutely, as part of your like turn, you can change to whatever you want. Do you want to add claws, a muzzle? You want to do your claw thing and brace for
Can I do
impact?
that?
You can do your claws. You can't technically attack yet, but you can kind of brace for impact, and I'll give you a bonus your next turn.
I would like to do that, please, sir. Claws.
All right, fair enough. We'll call that your bonus action. All right, so that brings us to our next individual, Rathan. What would you like to do? You've come out to the top. Now the ship has sort of righted itself. It is now falling butt first towards the mountain. You are still technically, you're on the stairs between the lower deck and the upper deck. And you do see a fair number of people poking their head out, and like a fair number of passengers um, are looking around. Now, you saw from towards the top of the deck, you saw the explosion, but down here, um, you're there is a wall between you and the actual explosion of the air. You can hear the wind whistling beyond the wall, so you know something bad has happened, and the ship is listing at a 45-degree angle, and you can feel it falling. What would you like to do?
Still going to the back.
Thumb, I think you're muted.
My mistake. No. I was not going to the bathroom. I was listening the whole time. Thank you. I appreciate the unmuting. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
So, I'm still on the middle deck, right?
Yep.
And do I notice the when the other two got knocked back? Did they get knocked back anywhere within my vicinity for me to have noticed that? Seen them fly backwards?
No, actually,
Or are they on a
in
lower deck?
you're on the same deck, but there is a wall right where. Okay, you see right here. I'm gonna ping it on the map. Okay, there is a wall that goes all the way across.
So they got flung into the wall or something?
Right.
Okay.
They got flung. You can hear the wind outside of it. You know something bad has happened beyond that
Gotcha.
wall. And throughout all through here in the lower deck, you've got passengers poking their head out of doors, wondering what's going on, and looks like some of them are trying to figure out what's going on. Oddly enough, roll perception for me.
Oddly enough. Yes, sir. Let me get my card back up in front of me. 1 second.
I'll be right back. 1 second, guys.
Sounds good, buddy. Perception, where are you? Ooh, lovely. This is a +6. I rolled my d20. It was a 9. Son of a bitch.
Okay, 15. It's not a super high difficulty. You don't see any crew members.
So only... I've heard this explosion. Am I already aware that the engines... I knew that the engine's at the back of this airship, right? So my assumption could be that something could be wrong with engineering?
Yep.
Okay.
And the fact that you can hear it's very obvious that this ship is falling out of the sky.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there
And
have
I had
been
seen
2
no crew
large
members anymore.
explosions. Yep.
Okay, so I guess then, shoot. So I divert my attention from top deck and go. I'm gonna say my first move has to be to investigate the room since I don't see any crew members around. I gotta go see what's going on.
Okay, you cut out for a bit there. So
Sorry,
what are you doing?
I'm moving into the room that I can't see beyond the wall. I gotta investigate since I don't see any crew members.
Okay. So there is a door that has been closed, and you can see that it's rattling from the force of the wind. You're able to open it, and as soon as you open it, you are struck with a blast of frigid wind. As you can see the approaching mountains below you.
Okay.
As you open the door, you can see exposed air, and you can see Billy and knocked prone in front of you, in front of the door.
What do you mean knocked prone?
They're laid out on the ground.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it didn't mean like unconscious or something. Are they conscious?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
conscious. They're just
well, I guess knock doesn't get conscious or unconscious. Okay. So I have 2, right, my bonus action and attack if I have to, but I can't obviously attack anything right now.
Right.
I do want to mention that I've got natural defenses to cold, just in case that comes into resistance to cold.
Yeah, it's cold and icy, and you probably will feel it less than anybody else, but it's definitely not a cold attack. So
Gotcha.
you're good
Okay.
right now.
Oh shit. I think that's all I can do right now.
As you open that door, you see the redheaded halfling, Renee, pop her head out. Oi, what the hell is going on?
I'm gonna say you might need to ask the robot over there. I got no idea.
All I know is your horned friend, the demon guy, went running pell-mell through the hallway. Next thing I know, the damn engines exploded. He said he could fix it. What happened?
Thaumaturgy from the floor. It's not my fault. I'm still working on it. Get a grip, you red-headed hag.
And with that, she walks out, and now, Thumb, you're used to seeing strong Goliath women.
Okay.
You know, you've grown up in a society that does not differentiate between men and women.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody's equal. However, you have never seen somebody this small that looks up to somebody as big as you.
Coleslaw, you son of a bitch. Thank you for those
stick
pennies.
her finger in your face and tell you exactly where to go.
She did?
As she looked, yeah,
Okay.
she is. She's looking at you going, now listen, you big lummox. You go tell your friend to fix this because I am not dying today.
Thaumaturgy. Already working on it, you old hag. Get to the top deck with everybody else.
Okay.
Old hag? Did you just call me old?
I'm interrupting immediately. You stop your mouth and fix the engine. Where the hell do we need to go to be safe? The second you was towards Renee.
Then how about this, you big lummox? Since your friend is
I like her nickname.
fixing the engine, with air quotes, how about you help me talk to all the other passengers and get them to the top deck? Grab your gear, grab your crap, let's go. It's the only way any of us are going to survive, especially if your friend's working on the engine.
Okay, I'm not
burn her.
laughing.
I'm gonna burn her.
What?
We're all going to die.
So I don't know her name yet, right? What's your name?
No, it's Brene.
Okay.
She's the young halfling woman.
No, I'm just okay. So that's we've been kind of accustomed to this week. We've been on the ship. That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
she's
talking
the
to her
one
real
that's
quick.
always drinking with you
Mhm.
and hanging out, and you get the idea that half of what she's saying to Billy is just her way of talking to her friends. So,
Gotcha. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to convince Billy and Knock to form a plan on how. No. I needed them to come with me because we can't have you guys staying below deck.
Go back and fix the engine.
There's no fixing it. We got 20
Everybody-
seconds, and he said it's like a week and a half's worth of work.
right.
We're
but-
going down no matter what.
I can
Right.
make sure that we don't die when we go down.
So let's
See-
get up deck, baby.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Like, Billy, if he's down here working on this, like, at least maybe he can buy you some time to make sure another engine doesn't fail. Because
I'm
if
saying, so
Okay.
you guys get up there.
All right. Do you need Knock?
Oh, take him with you.
Let's go, Renee. Let's get all the passengers off this beach.
Aye, so what I need
We
from
need to up the
you,
controls.
Knock,
Yes.
will you and Rathan roll charisma checks for me? So roll your d20 and add your charisma unless you're trained in persuasion. If you have persuasion,
I do.
then
I have +1
you
persuasion.
can roll. Okay,
He
is
means
that
you're
better
proficient
than
in
what you get just from your what's your
It's the same.
charisma?
+1.
Knock, how did you do?
I'm gonna roll persuasion because it's a +2. My charisma's a +0.
Okay.
So I got a 16.
And I got
All right.
14
So-
plus my 1, so that's 15.
Knock, you get the benefit of as you're both racing down these doors, knocking on them. Knock, your door happens to contain Simic Carrington. As you,
Asshole, follow me.
as, okay, is that what you're saying?
No.
Hey, what are you gonna say?
That's his inner
He looks
monologue.
up, as he's wearing like a very like well-to-do nightshirt, complete with all of the accoutrement for the rich to sleep in. He looks down at you as he does with everyone, and with these little pince-nez glasses on, as he looks down and goes, "Yes, what is it?"
I'm gonna say Elspeth is in danger. Get to the top deck.
Very well. He turns and looks, and
Well
oddly
done.
enough, the interesting thing is, it's obvious the ship is falling out of the sky.
We are at a 45-degree angle. You're
Like,
talking to them
it's-
on the ceiling.
This guy just says very well and turns around, and even Elspeth,
Uh-oh. Sus.
when he goes to grab Elspeth, like she's already awake, open eyes, completely dry-eyed, reaches over, grabs his hand, and they both walk out and climb the steps to the upper rail.
Perfectly normal.
The upper
Do they climb the steps up there? It's 45-degree angle. Aren't they like climbing on walls or anything? No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
No, they
super
they
calm.
just walk
super
up.
sus.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's sus.
And Thumb,
Yes, sir.
you get Elm. As you knock on the door, Elm opens it up, looks at you. What are you gonna say?
Bear with me. Elm's
Think
the
you're
one
muted.
that's no. I'm just thinking. Elm's the
Oh, yeah.
one that's super orange clad, burly, little older, but still a little attractive.
Yeah, the one that
How tall is she?
looks like she's
Oh yeah.
probably about 5, or she's actually 5'11", I believe.
Okay.
Yep, 5'11", 175 pounds.
And did you say her race at all? Is this something that I'd know just by looking at her? Is this something?
Yeah, she's the Genasi. So she's the elemental touch. She's got the skin like burnished copper.
Okay. Are
Not
Genasis
like-
traditionally like fighters or protectors, or is this something I would
They
know?
can be everything. So
Okay.
there's nothing specific.
That's
but
right. You said that.
Given her build,
I assume.
y-
Okay.
yeah, somebody who knows their way around martial.
I'm gonna say
martial.
you look like you could be of assistance. I need you to come up deck, help everybody, or help get everybody on the top deck.
Okay, so you need.
I give her a little
You need to be
compliment by
top
like
deck.
saying you look like you could be of use. We need to be top deck, and we need everybody else up there
All
too.
right. All right, I'll go down this way. You're already working your way up, so I'll take the other side and see who's left. Anybody who doesn't come willingly, I'll knock them over the head. They'll be up there. You have my word. And then with that, she shoulders you aside, and it's not easy to shoulder you aside. But she just kind of shoulder checks you on her way out. She starts pounding on doors and hitting it loud enough that her thuds can be heard over the roar of the rushing wind and the constant sputtering of the elemental engines.
After those first knocks, I want to say a little aggressively, be quick about it. Since she shouldered me, I got to react.
What? You think I'm going to take my time? We're all going to die. Shut up and go do your part.
All right then.
And she smiles at you as she says that, and then
I'll
starts
nod.
knocking on more doors.
Just a nod in recognition. That's all I got for her.
She wants to sex you.
Death by you.
Hey, so next, let's see. All right, hey Billy. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Knock, you got people up. Was there anything you wanted to do once you get up top?
I need a
No.
knock on the controls. I need a knock on the controls. I needed you on the controls. I yelled before you left.
Oh, like the wheel? Yeah, I'll go to the ship controls then.
All right. So what I'm gonna have you do is roll. You're an artificer, right? Knock.
I am. Sorry, yeah.
Okay. Do me a favor. I'm gonna have you roll Arcana.
Okay. That's a +5.
Yep. Go ahead and roll Arcana, and then
So 19.
okay, 19. All right. Once you get to the wheel, which is spinning wildly, you see two things as you head up. Now, normally, the one thing you know about most of these ships is that they have a bracelet or another magical device that is associated with activating the wheel so that they can be steered, but only by the appropriate crew members. When you get up to the wheel, you see that, and BlackBeard's Toe is no different. It's controlled by a bracelet. Okay, but you see that bracelet still attached.
More like
to,
a toe ring.
Well, you see that bracelet, and it's attached to a severed hand
Ooh.
that is wrapped around the wheel as it's spinning wildly. I'll tell you what, if you roll a history check with disadvantage, actually, let's do perception with disadvantage. I'll give you the option to see if you can determine who that hand belongs to.
Okay.
We should get it. We should get it, man.
So 13 is my lowest roll.
Okay. Honestly, both of the people involved in the driving of the ship had relatively young-looking hands. It's kind of hard to tell. However, you do know that there's a severed hand, so chances are at least one of the ship's navigators is walking around with only the lonely and is now permanently right-handed. So,
Did he get?
you hop on there, and with your 19, you are able to grab a hold of the severed hand and use that and the bracelet to control the descent slightly. Now, Billy, I'm gonna ask you to give me 3 rolls, and that is going to determine how things proceed. Okay?
What am I rolling?
I'm pulling it up right now. Give me just a sec.
So I got a question about the hand.
Yes.
Is he holding on to the stump, which is then holding on to the wheel?
No, he's gonna have to actually
Put the bracelet on?
cup it. Well, no, because the bracelet requires attunement.
Okay.
He's
So
holding his hand ever so delicately.
So it's like
he's actually gonna have to hold it like a ghost situation.
that's what I was
where
thinking. Like
hold
it's a hand on top of a hand.
Yeah. Well,
Like the
Unchained
fingers are
Melody
over
plays-
the top of the other finger. Like
Yep.
They're sculpting together.
Hey. So
A romantic
What?
moment.
hey,
Bruh.
Billy, I'm gonna have you roll raw intelligence. Okay. So
Intelligence? Raw int, you say?
raw int. So you get a +3 to each roll. I want you to roll. Let's do it this way. Knock. Go ahead
Yes.
and roll dexterity for me once. Tell me what you get. If you get above a 15, then Billy will get advantage on his intelligence.
You messed this up, Mark. You
you
messed this up, you iron dude. Don't
That's
you
an
do
11.
it. Damn it.
Okay. So, standard roll, Billy, for your intelligence, please.
Okay, so first one is 18.
All right,
Second
cool.
one is
Well, hang
19.
on, don't roll those yet. We're gonna each time you go to roll that, Knock is gonna have to roll dexterity because basically he's trying to keep hold of the ship while you're trying to limp along the engine. So if he screws up, it could potentially make yours worse. Okay, 15 or above, you get advantage. But if he rolls a 5 or below, you get disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, got it.
So, Knock, go ahead and roll dexterity again.
That's a 9.
Okay.
Come
Standard
on,
roll,
man.
So we'll count that 16 for 19. So you have managed to over the course of while this thing is massively as falling out of the sky, you have been able to prevent the crystalline structure from breaking further and pieces starting to fall out. So we've got one more roll, and this one's for all the marbles, gentlemen. So
decide if we all die right
got it.
now or move on to the next night of D&D.
What do we
Hey,
need? What do we need to save this?
knock. Oh, go ahead.
ahead.
Sorry.
No, you go ahead first.
Okay, so knock. If you want to give Billy the best chance, you need above a 15.
Can I cast guidance on myself for this roll?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Well, thank you. You've been trying to do that all night.
I know. Okay, so I guess it doesn't matter. I can roll first and then roll a d4, right?
Yep.
There's an 8. A 9.
Oh man.
So that's an 11.
So that's a standard roll,
Oh
Mr. Billy.
no, come on, Billy. Use your pirate knowledge.
Actually,
Okay, yeah.
hang on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Out though, you told me to do that after, so I would like to argue that I could re-roll that. What are you saying?
Well, actually, what I was gonna say, and I was gonna throw this out there. Thumb,
Yeah.
you, my friend, have inspiration.
I do have inspiration.
Okay. The only one you can see to inspire or to like help in any way, shape, or form
Okay.
would be knock. I will give you the opportunity to burn your inspiration
Yes.
and roll a d10 to add to knock's result, which is an 11.
Need a 4.
I need a 4 on the
Need
D10.
a 4 higher.
4 to give me advantage.
That's the one that goes 0 to 9, right?
Yep.
I will.
A 0 is 10, though.
Yes. I will definitely utilize that inspiration. Thank you, DM Bob, for sacrificing that knowledge for me. Are we ready? That would be a 7, is what I got on that one.
Okay. So, a 7. All right. So, Mr. Billy, that gives you advantage.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll.
Officially rolling without you saying wait. That's my question.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll them again.
First one is 10 plus 3 for 13. Second, I'm gonna stick with that 13.
All right. So we're gonna figure out damage and survival rates right now. So give me just a moment. Unfortunately, 13 is you held it together for 2 rounds. The last round, it started to crack. So you did have a significant burst of speed before you crashed into the ground. In fact, it almost looked like if somebody were sitting outside, it looked like the ship accelerated the last 200 feet into the ground.
It could have been accelerating from 900 feet. So,
Yep. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate your damage, and we'll leave off there.
Okay.
And then the next session, we'll figure out who all survives beyond you guys.
So with the efforts that they made, though, we at least survived this crash.
Would my Oh wait, do we survive?
Well, that's I'm gonna figure out damage, but I think you all are reasonably safe.
We're alive is all I'm worried about.
Well,
Are we alive?
Yeah,
my
right.
shield spell saved me from any damage.
Shield.
Yeah.
I believe that just ups your AC. And
I didn't know
AC.
if that's what you're gonna use or not.
Oh no, it's definitely not a targeted attack. It's more
Okay.
like the whole world just became one big ball of pain, and the shield's not really gonna help with that.
As long as
Now
we're
I tried
all
to
coming
bring
back
it
to
back.
alive bodies, and we're gonna have to survive the
Yes.
crash,
But
that's all I'm worried about.
Before this happens, I try something, Bob.
Okay, what do you want to try?
I want to try an action surge and try that roll again. I'd be like, oh no, I screwed up action surge because of adrenaline rush, and try and refix that roll. Would you allow
Okay.
that?
Yes, but it's got to be a disadvantage. That because technically you're throwing another, like, essentially another, like, time chunk in there. Actually, you know what? No, standard roll, I'll allow it. Oh man!
Better than nothing.
And
No,
we're all
absolutely no. You guys did awesome. Like I was fully expecting there to be a significant amount of damage here,
but not this much.
Actually,
Add that onto my roll then? Can I just add that onto the first roll? I feel like adding that onto the first roll feels a little bit better. I'm not even gonna lie.
you want to add?
I add it on. I add the 8, 9, 10, 11 to the 13. Actually,
No.
because I was like, oh crap, I screwed up, and then like punch it or something and like try and fix it that way.
No, but I looking at the damage rate for this, you all are going to survive. You are definitely going to need a long rest, but you all survive.
So the beginning of D&D next time, folks, may consist of us sleeping for a while, but please don't let that
We'll just use this
detract from you coming back.
Here's what I wanted to do instead of doing all that. I was gonna make a bag of holding, which I don't know how long it takes, and then I was just gonna get inside of it.
Hey, you, Cankle, you should.
Are you gonna let me do that?
Well, no.
No.
I'm gonna say you should thank your lucky stars.
I'm at like 1 HP.
Exactly 1 HP. I rolled damage for
Oh
everybody.
my lord.
It was 19 points of damage.
We should have let him kick the 2 back earlier.
4's not that much. Don't worry about it,
4 is
guys.
not that much. Oh lord. From now on we all make our own decisions. No, not I mean, I know what has to happen. Okay. All right.
So,
well, we're all alive, but
everybody go ahead and mark off 19 points of damage. Like I said, you all are safe. Like you survived. After a basically in the final moments, Billy, the crystalline structure cracks, and you're no longer able to keep it or help it to maintain that structure as the ship violently collides with the ground. To all of you, the area around you becomes one giant pillar of dust and wood splinters and cacophonous noise as the ship hits the mountainside and collapses around you.
Am I dead? think I'm dead.
Huh?
Well, I'm the only one below deck in the only spot that has lots of wood over it. I think I'm dead.
Actually, no. I rolled for you. Like I gave you the opportunity. I calculated damage, and I assumed, and this may be just a bad assumption, but I assumed once the crystalline structure broke enough, and you realized what was happening, you tried to figure out a way to like hide at least, or to use the metal around you to kind of protect you.
So you said we knock all of us down by 19? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's 19 points of damage. Actually, Billy, I think you're one of the ones with more hit points than most. So
I'm gonna say I'm
we'll
left with
call
15.
we'll call that maybe the hands of fate wanted to keep you around.
Would you immediately take a very large breath and recover a D10 plus 3?
Second wind, I love it. All right, so guys,
Thank you so much, dude.
No problem. You guys are officially on land again, and then we'll figure out what happens next
And
session.
you said this was on the spine of the world's mountains is where we landed, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, man.
Well,
Well, you guys.
You freeze to death on the spine of the world.
No. I've got plans, man. I've got cold resistance. Cankles, thanks for being here, man. Next Thursday, you said you're off, so we'll try to start maybe closer to like 5:45-ish, 6 o'clock, right on the dot. Cool. Morbid, you in next Thursday? You still with us?
Hell yeah, man. I'm planning on it. Hell
I was going to say, and Billy, the pirate. I'm sorry about the ship you thought you maybe might have wanted to take. It's trashed, baby. It's trashed.
There's other shit.
There may be other ships. And we are all still alive. All right, y'all. Think about what you want your next move to be. Bob, thank you again. Y'all can disconnect whenever you want. But I just want to say I love you guys, and I appreciate you being around and helping us get some D&D in.
Hell all yeah. Right, much love, boys.
Thanks, guys.
Have a wonderful night.
You too, buddy.
Thanks, Bob. It was awesome.
Yeah, of course. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, take care, everybody. Peace
Glad
out, Bob, Cankles, Dub. Take care of yourselves.
Yeah, of course, man.